Good afternoon and welcome back, folks. It's time for the fifth quarter show. I feel like we've been on a hiatus for a little bit. We had a bye week, and that always gives us a lot of time to contemplate our show and if we are doing a good job or not. But we're back, so we must be doing all right. Anyway, we got a really big show tonight, Jacob.
It's week 6. Both cross-country teams are making it on to regionals. Congratulations. You guys have earned another week to run. Lady Hornet volleyball clinching her 23rd straight playoff berth, which seems to be just normal deal with the varsity volleyball team, and the Hornet football showcasing yet another good standout performance.
All right, we're going to go back to the beginning here, and we're going to recognize the cross-country team. We have Coach Martin here and the girls cross-country team. How you doing tonight, Coach Martin?
Doing great. Thanks for having us.
All right, would you like to introduce these young ladies that are here with us tonight?
Well, this is our regional qualifying girls team, and I've asked my team captain to go ahead and address and introduce everybody.
My name is Riley Higginbotham. This is Mia. This is Moo, Aubriana, Elliott, and Brooklyn.
All right, Coach, what do you got to say about your girls' team this year? They look like they've really been tearing it up out there on the track.
I think ultimately they're glad this week is coming so we could taper down a little bit for our regional week. They put a lot of miles in. And I tell them they do all the work before anybody else shows up to campus, so I'm really, really proud of them. Very, very tenacity.
Well, we want to wish you guys congratulations on making it and good luck in Huntsville, and we hope we get to see you guys back after Huntsville. All right, Jacob, you're very familiar with the girls cross-country team. What do you think about the way these girls are doing?
Well, I think he's done a great job despite the fact that he's had he's kind of anchored down with Riley Higginbotham. I'm kidding. I love picking on her because she's one of our multi-sport athletes and all that kind of stuff. But cross-country is always a sport that's near and dear to my heart. Congratulations, ladies. It's one of the most, in my opinion, gut-wrenching sports.
All right, Coach, we're going to bring the boys out now. And the boys have been doing a really great job out there also. We got a handful of them that are going to be making their appearance in Huntsville as well. And I'm sure these guys are really excited about what they're doing. Coach Martin, go ahead and introduce these young men.
Okay, so this is our boys regional qualifiers team, and I've asked my team captain, Roman, to introduce this team as well.
As you heard, my name's Roman. This is Colin, Donnie, JJ, Fernando, and Nick.
All right, look at the camera and smile, guys. All your family at home is watching.
Real quick, what's the worst workout that Coach Martin makes you guys do that you dread every week? I know every cross-country runner's got one. Either quarter repeats, mile repeats. What is it?
800 meter repeats with the hill.
Oh, 800 with a hill.
Duly noted. We'll put that on for this week.
Make sure they run that, all week long leading up to regionals. Hey, congratulations.
Tear that one out of the playbook.
Congratulations to you. Like we said before, you guys earned your right to run an extra week. And if you do really well, you can earn another week for state.
All right, real quick, before we let these guys head out of here, they will be running at 8 and 8:30 in Huntsville, correct?
It's 8:15 and 8:45.
8:45, and they're going to have that streamed as well, aren't they?
It should be streamed through Sam Houston State, yes, sir.
Sam Houston State, okay. And I'm assuming that we'll have that link coming up that'll be on the school website, and we'll help share that out for all of the folks that'll be watching. And Jacob, you got a question for Coach Martin?
Yeah, Coach Martin, both your boys and girls have had success running cross country. What's the main secret of keeping them focused behind all their success this season, and how do you prepare them mentally for each meet?
I think ultimately we try to alternate some of our days, some of our speed days, so it's not so much of a grind. And then I lean on my student leaders for that behind-the-scene leadership that I know it takes to prod them up and get them there on time. So it's all about team leadership, and I appreciate that.
Well, and you seem like you've enjoyed success every year that you've coached here, so we do appreciate that. And I've heard from people that's graduated before, they loved running behind you and all that. Just a quick shout out, Fernando. Your mom is watching. Is there anything you want to say to her?
Hi, Mom.
Can we go to Disney?
Congratulations on the job you've done, Coach.
All right, thanks, Coach, for being here, and we look forward to seeing how all of your squad does in Huntsville next week. And with that, we're going to take a quick commercial break as we get ready to go into the volleyball segment.
Here at B&K Air Conditioning and Heating, we service all brands of AC and heating systems. We are a Goodman and a Manna A+ dealer. We also install and service mini split systems. We always do our best to offer same-day service even on the weekends. We service Gatesville and all surrounding communities. We offer financing on new systems, change-outs, and major repairs. Just call or text your service request to 254-216-3372 and we'll be happy to help you.
That in that order.
Cheyenne.
All right, we are back from our commercial break, and now it's time for the Lady Hornets as they continue on to dominate out on the court, stacking up district wins, play, and Player of the Week performance. And let's highlight the three key standouts we have from recent matches, each earning honors for her play. First, we're going to have Miss Cheyenne Geiken. She was our pick for Player of the Week against Connolly. Cheyenne, you've been one of the team's most consistent players all season, and you've kept the momentum going against Connolly. What drives your focus and energy on both ends of the court?
I would say just having the trust in my team, knowing that, we do this every day, so knowing that what we can do and what I can do, and just being able to go and give the best that I have and the best energy that I have to my team, and yeah.
Well said, and congratulations, and we have something for you right there.
All right, our next one's going to be Emma Pollard. Although, Cheyenne, did you think this was a job interview? You were really prepared and professional for this. I can't tell if everyone else is just underdressed or you're overdressed.
Everybody wants to know. I had pictures today.
I know.
And she looks very nice.
She does look very nice.
All you had to do is say, look, I just look professional all the time.
There we go, right there. I love it. There we go. That's going to bring us up to number 11, Emma Pollard. She was a Player of the Week versus Lorena. She had 16 digs, 18 serve receptions, 3 blocks, 2 aces, pass efficiency of 2.31. That's just off the top of my head if I'm doing the math correctly, during the 3 sets. Emma, your defensive play continues to be a foundation of your game moving on throughout your district run. How do you maintain that composure? How do you keep your teammates locked in during each night's matches?
I just think that it's important that after every single point we all come together and we just reassure each other, especially during tight situations. We all know that we have each other's back and that we're just going to go put the ball away.
So one of the things I've noticed, whenever someone makes a mistake, they point at themselves.
Okay.
Has there ever been a time where someone's pointing at themselves and you're like, yeah, stop. No, we all know it's you. Just it's you. Stop pointing at yourself.
That was your bad.
Have you ever done that to somebody, or you just made a mistake and then you try to gaslight them to think it was their mistake? That's kind of what I would do.
We're all just like, no, it's okay.
Yeah, the way everyone takes accountability, that's actually a good thing. I'm just having some fun with it.
We're an accountable team.
You know what I was keying on? She said we all come together. Is that after every point? Is that why y'all
every point
y'all come together?
Yes.
Okay, I noticed that it happens quite a bit, so I was.
Yes.
Every point.
That's the come together aspect of the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, and congratulations again.
Yeah.
All right, our next one up is our Player of the Week pick for the Robinson game, Miss Wilson. How are you doing?
Good. How are y'all?
We're doing great. Haley, you came up big in the win over Robinson, leading the way in kills and giving the team a huge boost. What was your mindset going into that match, and how did that help you push the Hornets to another district win?
Well, what Gatesville kid doesn't want to win against Robinson? Good
answer.
I love that answer. That's a great answer.
Good answer.
Ding, 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 ding. We got a winner.
No, but on a real note, they do talk about the champion mindset a lot. So just going in there, being confident, knowing that we had each other's backs, relying on not only myself but my teammates as well, and just, having energy and confidence throughout the entire time.
Well, I like the energy confidence statement, because that's one of the things that, in the few minimal losses we have, the energy is still there. I like that. I'm sure Coach expects that energy to be there no matter what, but it is awesome to see the energy out there on the court no matter which way the game is going. And it seems to really, really peak whenever the digs and the kills are going our way. But we enjoy watching you. I wasn't able to make it last night, but I still watched you guys play last night on TV. So congratulations on being Players of the Week.
Switch. There we go.
All right, Coach, real quick, before we turn you guys loose, we have a couple questions for you tonight. What growth have you seen in your team early on in this season that you really excited about?
For me, I think we have faced so many challenges throughout the entire season. And like y'all were saying, with everything that we go into it with the same mindset and ready to just get after it. So whether we're struggling in a game or maybe we're struggling in practice, they still have the energy and the intensity that we need to be able to overcome. Like we're pushing the boundaries in practice, and they are coming in every day just ready to get better.
How do you keep your players focused? Because within district play, you're going to have ups and you're going to have lows, and it's equally challenging to keep your team focused, whether they're up here or down here. How do you navigate that through the course of the season?
Our thing is just focus on the next one. Every game is big. We all know that. Every game is big from here on out. So focusing on that next one, if it's the next day, if it's the next game, whatever it might be, put your effort, energy into that, and then just let it play out.
You know what? I got to throw this question at you, and this sometimes could be a tough question, I think, for a coach to answer. But which upper-class player or players have stepped up as leaders on and off of the court for you this year?
So I think that as a whole, all of our upperclassmen lead, and they lead in different ways. We have some that are quiet leaders. We have some that are more outspoken leaders. We have some that just go to individuals and talk to them that way. But they're all, to me, it's like a total team effort, because you need the person that's going to be loud and vocal. You need the person that's going to be the quiet, the hey, you got it, next one right here. And so they're doing a great job of seeing what each player needs and adapting to that. So it really is a whole as a team.
Which player has stepped down? I am joking. No, really.
I gotta ask this though, real quick. But see if anybody knows before Jacob asks his next question. What do the Lady Hornets and Michael Jordan have in common?
They got 23. Yeah.
I was like, I don't get it now.
Did
there
someone
we go.
say the GOAT though?
Yes, they did.
Well,
say the
he
GOAT.
is the GOAT. Just want to make sure that's clear.
I am proud of that. That was a good answer. Anyway, go ahead, Jacob.
Well, let's go back to business. Lee's always getting us off script there. I apologize for that. After the sweep over Conley, which was 25-19, 25-18, 25-15, that clinched the Lady Hornets' 23rd consecutive playoff berth. How proud are you of this group's consistency and tradition, and what's your message as the postseason approaches?
You know, we celebrated the playoffs because that is a big deal, and that is our expectation every year. We want to go to the playoffs, but that's not where we want to stop. We want to go win from here on out, go 3-0 our last games, and then go make a good playoff run. Our goal has been we don't want to lose that first round. We want to get out there, we want to go compete, and we want to stay in volleyball as long as we can. So just focusing one at a time, keep working our butt off, and let's go play against Lorena, Robinson, China, and go finish it out.
Well, I'm excited about the playoff berth, and one thing's for sure, we will be there right along with you guys as always, and we're looking forward to those broadcasts. Looking forward to see who we're going to beat.
There we go.
All right.
Well, congratulations.
All right. With that
Thank
said,
y'all.
we're going to congratulate Coach and our Players of the Week. We're looking forward to so much more for this season. It's not over yet. Much more to come. Stay tuned for this commercial break, and we'll be right back with our football players this week.
Call Witt Building Supplies for all your building needs. We provide metal buildings and metal roofing for commercial, residential, and agriculture projects. We also carry a full line of fencing supplies and hardware products. Call or come see us at Witt Building Supplies, 254-865-2190 or 1411 North Highway 36, Bypass, across from Pruitt's Shell Store in Gatesville. We are locally owned and operated and proudly support our Hornets.
Jacob's on a sidebar there. Can we, Your Honor, can we approach?
Yes, Coach Weber's just distracting, so I'm trying to be serious. But
focus, guys. All right, it is that time of the second segment of the show where we talk about football, and even in a tough district loss to La Vega, the Hornet defense showed grit and heart. And this week we got our defensive standouts, including a fan pick, as well as the Hornet Radio player pick of the week. And let's get right into that.
Our first impact player is going to be Grayson Egling. He had 8 tackles, 2 sacks, relentless edge pressure, multiple quarterback rushes.
There he comes right there. Look at his helmet, man.
Stickered up.
Yeah, stickered up, man.
How you doing, Grayson?
Is there such thing as enough stickers for your helmet?
No, sir.
You like having those, don't you? Yeah. That's like a rite of passage, isn't it?
That's right.
I would have loved. I had to buy my own stickers when I was a freshman, but
Mickey
anyway.
Mouse and Scooby-Doo don't count. All right, here we go.
Grayson, congratulations for being an impact player. You've been setting the tone off the edge all season. You came up big with 2 sacks against La Vega. What's been the key to your success at getting after the quarterback and running back in the backfield?
Just hustling around, and when it sees a pass, just rush and try to get to the running back and quarterback as much as I can.
Well, I can tell y'all's relentless pressure was just getting into Parr's face. He was not comfortable at all the Friday night. So congratulations.
I was really happy to see about that. Y'all don't have glass shields. Okay, I was just wondering if you put glass shields with like crosshairs on the defensive players, man, because they were targeting their prospective tackles all night long really well. Congratulations, Grayson. You're starting to become a little bit of a fixture around here, man. I like seeing you here. Congratulations, and we're going to move on to our second impact player of the week, Mr. Brody Brown. Come on out. All right, Brody Brown. We're going to call this key stops and disruption in the backfield. And before we get started, Brody, your grandma's watching tonight.
Oh, my nana?
Yeah, your nana's watching. She told me today to make sure that you knew she was watching. So.
You gotta say hi.
Hi, Nana.
Yes, she called me specifically about this, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I talked to her earlier today. See, I know everybody. Brody, your versatility showed with a sack and several key tackles in space. How do you balance your aggressive playmaking with staying disciplined on your assignments?
I just go up there and try to hit somebody as hard as I can. But I keep in mind that if I mess up my assignment, coaches will get mad and yell at me. So I try my best to stay on our assignments.
We don't yell that often.
He almost sounded like he was reading a script from the replacements. Coach told me to go get the ball.
Yeah. They do
that. All right, congratulations, Brody, and say goodbye to Nana before you leave.
Bye, Nana. Thanks, sir.
All right, our next one's going to be the fan favorite pick player of the week. It's going to be number 8 linebacker, Colt Heath.
Colt, come on out. Now, real quick before you say his accolades, there's one thing I got to say to Colt here. For all of the viewers that don't know, today is your birthday, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And you're 18 today.
Yes, sir.
That means you can vote now.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, congratulations and happy birthday.
All right, well, Colt Heath had 7 tackles, 1 fumble recovery, strong run support, defensive leadership. He's also wearing a Mike Tyson shirt. That's awesome. I'm sorry. That's pretty cool. Colt, your ability to replays, rally the defense really stood out. How do you keep the defense locked in through long drives? And what's the communication like between you and the rest of the linebacker corps?
Talk about mainly all the linebackers, we just ask each other what plays like it is because we forget sometimes. But just telling the defense that the offense is gonna they're gonna take advantage of what we give them and to give them the chance to go score.
Well,
how exciting is it whenever you dive in there and come out with a fumble recovery?
I didn't even realize I had it. I landed on top of it. I was like, oh yeah, I have the ball. And everybody's getting excited. I just kind of forgot for a second.
Well, that was awesome, man. We enjoyed watching you guys play a defensive game Friday night, and seeing you guys that come out big with step-up plays. You know, step-up plays that were bigger and more aggressive than the games before, and those are the kind of things that we look for whenever we pick these players. And I think, Coach, before long, you're just going to have a lot of great players making great plays, and then it's going to get really hard for us to make picks as that time comes along.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, congratulations on being the fan pick. I don't know if you know what happens with that, but we put players out there, and we let all the fans vote on them and stuff, and you came out with the top accolades there.
Congratulations.
So congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, next we want to bring out the Hornet Radio, our pick of the week, Mr. Caden Kaufman. Come on out. Caden, weren't you here last show?
Yes, sir, I was.
Do you like coming on here?
T-shirt, coin,
Yes, sir.
a sticker.
You got the gift bag going.
He does.
All right, so Caden, you were out there with 7 total tackles, 3 sacks. That's getting in the backfield right there. Did you introduce yourself to the quarterback?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, trade numbers and bump phones, all that kind. Anyway, and a couple of pressures and a fumble recovery yourself. So, Caden, you were all over the field Friday night with all of the stats that I just mentioned. What was your mindset? The team needs a spark on defense, and how do you bring that intensity every snap?
And I was trying to get out there and hit the quarterback so he'd start playing bad. And then just try to do it every snap.
Yeah. Was this your first time to play against La Vega in La Vega?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Was it a pretty intense deal in preparation? I mean, what were y'all thinking whenever y'all were headed over there? Was there a lot of thought about, this is La Vega. They're known for being one of the toughest teams around.
I mean, we try to keep the focus on us and
I like that.
Yeah.
Keep the focus on you. You know what? Because you guys you're only what you can control. You can't control what they do, but you can control what you do out there on the field, and you did a really great job. Welcome back to the show. Who knows? There's more games left. We might be seeing you again.
Well, his presence in the backfield and all that, even when he wasn't getting there, the quarterback was, you were getting in his head. He was just trying to get rid of the ball when he had nobody even around him. And we were talking about on the broadcast that the defensive rush is just so relentless that even when it's not quite there, his offensive line is doing the job, he still feels that pressure. So you guys really it's almost like you had an extra lineman out there with you guys.
Well, he had plenty of eggs because he was scrambling all night. I'm just saying, I'm throwing that out there. So
I see what you did there.
All right. Well, thanks for making Player of the Week. We really appreciate you being here. And that's a defensive unit playing with heart, hustle, and Hornet pride, setting the tone every Friday night, Coach. With that being said, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after this word from our sponsor and a few questions for Coach Augie as we close out the night.
Mugi Heating and Air is your local, hometown heating and air conditioning professional. Whether it be new construction or service of an existing unit, Tim and his team of professionals can get the job done right the first time. Recognized as a Ream Pro partner, they have the experience and support to tackle any size job, residential or commercial. Give them a call at 254-223-0604, member of the Better Business Bureau.
All right, weekend sports news and highlights. Volleyball swept Conley 3-0. No surprise there. 25-19, 25-18, 25-15 to clinch a 23rd straight playoff berth. Now 27 overall, but what really matters is the 5-2 in district. Next up, big game Lorena on Friday.
That's going to be an exciting matchup for them in district play. As a matter of fact, their last few matches they have are all going to be interesting, and it's going to really set the tone for the rest of district play for them. Before I move on to the next part, though, I gotta key in on that 23rd once again. Do the math on that, okay? Whenever you look at how old a person is when they graduate, typically how old they are by the time they get married and have kids and stuff. I mean, you do the math there. There's moms watching their daughters play that
It's
were
like a whole lifetime of going in the playoffs.
Well, that they were in this string of playoffs themselves, and now they're watching their daughters continue on that legacy.
It's extending through generation. But on the flip side is, how do you like being a freshman, sophomore, or junior, knowing that, hey, the pressure's on you to keep this straight because you don't want to be the team that doesn't get to the 24th, 25th, 26th.
Or one of them could be, my mom was one of the ones that started this thing, and I can't.
No, we're going to be saying great-grandma we're on the same street.
So once again, just to key in, cross country is in the 4A Region 3 meet on October 21st. That will be in Huntsville. The girls 8:15 and the boys at 8:30. And we will post that as soon as we get the information on how you can connect into that live stream and check that out if cross country is your deal. And then they will have the top 4 teams and top 10 individuals will advance to state November 1st in Round Rock.
You're talking about cross country being your deal. It was definitely my deal. Any sport with a ball, I had no coordination to handle, so that's why I chose cross country. All right, moving right along. Football, sub-varsity Thursday. 9th grade takes on Crawford at 5 p.m. JV versus Lorena at 6:30 p.m. Varsity travels to Lorena Friday at 7 p.m. We'll be there, of course, bringing you Hornet Broadcasting.
Minus Adam Baker. He will not be with us Friday night, unfortunately, but that's okay. We'll somehow pick up the slack and carry on.
I'm going to give him a hard time next time I see him.
We're going to do him the same way he does you whenever he's not at the game. We're going to talk smack about him. Just be prepared, Adam. Tennis JV defeated Robinson 11-6 to wrap up their fall season.
Girls basketball, first varsity versus parents, mentors, and alumni game. Well, I'm hoping, we're just praying there's no torn ACLs on the mentors and parents side. That game is set for Saturday, November 8th. Contact Coach Whitney Holbrook to participate.
All right, and then once again, keying in on volleyball playoffs, Class 4A by district playoffs will be either on October 30th or November 1st, and those opponents will be to be determined, and locations as well, but we'll bring you all of that stuff, and if it's not a travel you can make, we will be there. All right, it's time to talk with Coach Augie.
Oh, our favorite part of the segment here.
All right, Coach, let's talk about the La Vega game. Even though in the loss, what were the positives that stood out from your team's effort Friday night?
Oh, there's a ton of positives. Now, we were very honest. The goal was to go there and win, and we didn't get that done. Right now, we're in an 0-1 district hole, so we know that the pressure's on to get out of that hole and get in a good position. But what we've challenged the boys and what we've asked them several times is, at the end of the week, are you a better team than you were at the beginning? And without any reservation, I could tell those boys with a very clear conscience that we're a better team after that game than we were before. That was the best thing that we've seen all year. That's a 3rd or 4th round playoff team that's very well balanced, very well coached, and extremely tough. And our guys gave them as much of a. It was really fun to watch them play.
Yes.
The way they played the game, they played it the right way. They had several key goal line stands. 4 times, if they don't make those stands, that game gets out of control very quickly. So the resilience they showed, the tenacity they played the game with was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The drive that we scored that touchdown on, talk about perfect throws, making catches in tight windows, and then a big play from Amos. We just needed more of that, and we came up short, but I feel that we're a better team from seeing that and from going through that, and hopefully we can respond in a good way this week.
All right, Coach, you talked about it already. You started alluding to it. Your defensive were making key stops in the red zone. You mentioned it 4 when they were inside the 20-yard line.
Yes,
for those that don't know what the red zone is, for the most part, defense was keeping you guys in the game. How do you build on that momentum going forward?
Well, I'm a defensive guy. That's what I spend most of my time in this coaching profession on defense. But it's easy. Like if they don't score, they don't win, right? So now having a shutout in today's game is extremely hard. But the way our kids are talking right now, they're on the same page. That puts you in position to be in dang near every game if you can play very sound defense. Go back to when the Ravens won that Super Bowl and Trent Dilfer was their quarterback. Arguably, probably the worst quarterback to win a Super Bowl, but he took care of the ball, and he was a very smart quarterback. But that defense is what won them that championship. So that's what you kind of build on. And you tell our guys, like, look, if we can get good field position, if we can make them go 3 and out, if we can keep them out of the end zone, then the chances of us winning are extremely high.
You're definitely a guy that defense wins championships type person.
1,000%.
Okay. Peyton Manning would probably hate someone like him as a coach.
I would take Peyton Manning in a heartbeat. He's a dang good quarterback.
All right, let's look forward and ahead to Lorena this coming Friday night. What's the focus and practice this week heading into that game?
Again, the focus is always us. And I know that sounds like I don't know, the PC answer, but That's what it's been. And what we've told our guys is it can't be about the opponent. If we can continue to get better every single day. And one thing we also tell our guys, you want to be a top 10 team in the state. What was that weight room session just now like? Was it? Do we have good energy? Were we just going through the motions? Because teams that go through the motions, those teams are the ones that first ones that get knocked out. So the focus is us. We got to respond. There's things offensively that I think we're making some adjustments that are going to be very big for us this upcoming week. And then defensively, it's not just you have one really really good game and you say that, but it's been a week after week of doing that. So continuing that exact same mindset of being on the exact same page, making sure that our gap integrity is sound, and then making sure on the back end and the secondary coverages we can't have any bust, especially against this kind of team. But the focus is. Their quarterback is unreal. He can scramble, he can throw it. He's a three-sport stud. I mean, he plays football, basketball, and baseball at all three at a high level. So making sure that he doesn't beat us with his legs is going to be very, very big for us. The running back is solid, especially he's a dynamic threat out of the backfield in the passing game. Number 8 is a really solid receiver, and they've been putting up a lot of points. And then defensively, they're sound. So the focus is get back on the right track. Make sure that we're putting the best brand of football that we can out on the field every Friday night, and then go get after it.
The whole terminology of everything that you were saying there almost makes it sound like it's one of those things. Whenever you look at your team, you're almost putting a challenge to them. Did you do what you had to, or did you go out there and do what you needed to?
Exactly right. Exactly right.
So moving in through district, how do you keep your guys mentally sharp, and how challenging is it after a loss like this going into the next week?
I think if you're growth driven, it's not hard. If you're result driven, it's extremely hard because everything then goes down to wins and losses. But the growth is, are we growing as a team? Are you a better player? Do you know the game? The ins and outs and the intricacies of the game more thoroughly now than you did at the beginning of the year? And the answer is yes, then fine, we'll take that. And my thing is, make them beat us. Like, make them beat us playing our brand of football. If they make a play and it's just they had a great catch, they broke 2 tackles and scored, that's fine. But do we have someone there? Offensively, are we having busts when they stem? Are we having busts when they give different exotic blitzes? If the answer is no, and they're just running through us, we can take that. We have people in the right spot, and then on that play they were just better. But the focus is what do you want us to be known as a team? What do you want us to be? When my son is playing at the high school level, is he going to be talking about this team this year and wanting to try to emulate what we did on the field? And if the answer is yes, then we did exactly what we needed to do. So I think it's easy when the focus is us. The focus is, are we a tight-knit family? Are we willing to hold each other accountable? And are we willing to do what's necessary to be the team that we say we want to be? When that's the focal point, then it's pretty easy for them to stay focused.
Alrighty. Tonight's show is brought to you by Velvet Signature, custom printed garments and merchandise for every Hornet fan.
And just remember, no order is complete without a signature, the Velvet Signature. All right, Coach, it's that time of the night.
Let's do it.
Let's do a wrap here. Before we get into this final question, just want to remind everybody, Friday night we'll be in Lorena, kickoff 7 p.m. This is district games, so they are a half hour earlier than normal. Lorena ain't that far, so come on out, guys. Let's go check it out. If you can't, yes, go ahead and tune in to Hornet Broadcasting.
We'll be there.
Anyway, all right, Coach, here you go. If you could borrow any college football tradition for the Hornets, like the Sooner Schooner or the Aggie 12th Man or LSU Tiger Roar, which one would you choose and why?
Any tradition. I think Wisconsin, I forget what song they play, but the entire stadium is literally jumping up and down.
I think it's House of Pain.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
It's House of Pain. That tradition. And there's a lot of really good tradition, but when you see that, I was like, holy cow, that looks intense. So I think that.
You think that's one of the most motivational ones that just kind of grabs your attention, huh?
Well, I mean, just like they say, and I want to. So at some point when I retire, I've already told Miss Amanda that we're going to get an RV and we're just going to travel. You can't watch college football when you're a high school coach. But I want to see an A&M game. I mean, I like Texas, but I want to see an A&M home game. I want to see that atmosphere because
that is truly an experience.
It's an experience. I want to see Alabama and Auburn play. I want to see Ohio State and Michigan play. I want to see Notre Dame and USC play. I just want to be able to travel.
Where are you at on Saturday mornings when that stuff's going on?
Trying to find a way to win.
He's watching film. I tell you what, maybe we should stream that for our next home game. Stream it, see if Mr. McWhorter can do in there. Maybe he can MC because, But maybe we get House of Pain in there before a game.
There you go.
It'll fit our defense.
All right, Coach. Good stuff right there. And as always, we appreciate you joining us.
Well, that wraps up this week's edition of the Fifth Quarter Show. And remember, the Hornet fight never dies.
And on behalf of myself, Lee Jaynes, and Jacob Padgett, and always Coach Augie with us, we're going to say good night. God bless.